Just be a quick follow-up video to the video I did the other day on in-ear monitoring. So I showed you all of my gear that I bring and the in-ears themselves. If you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead and watch that now and come back to this one. I just want to bring up a couple topics that I didn't mention in that other video. First off, I didn't talk at all about how to get a good mix for your in-ears. So I use iPhone, and a lot of the times when folks are using digital consoles, there's apps that can control the console from your phone. You just have to hook up to the same router that the sound guy's using, because a lot of times they are mixing just off an iPad. So that's one way you can do it. That way you can control your mix just from your phone. It's the easiest way. If that isn't an option though, what I like to do is when I go talk to the sound guy about getting my in-ears hooked up with the transmitter, I just say, hey, do you mind if I just get on my bus and just do a quick rough mix? And a lot of the times they're like, yeah, whatever, go ahead. Um, I have some experience with working on consoles, so I kind of know what I'm doing, and I look like I know what I'm doing, so it kind of instills some trust in the sound guy in you. So just when you get up there, just do a quick mix. What I like to do is I like to just put my instrument at unity. If I'm singing as well as playing, I'll put my vocal at unity, and then I'll bring the guitar down to like -8, -10. That typically is a good mix for me. Once I just start with there, I just get everything else kind of where I think it might need to be. So drums, I like to have some kick and some snare and a little overhead. Um, After that, bass, I like to be able to just hear the bass. The bass is the only thing in that low frequency, so a lot of times it doesn't need to be as loud as you might think. And then after that, just whatever other instruments there might be. So with Bay River, we have piano, and we have a saxophone, and we have percussion. So I just get everything kind of where I think it might need to be. A lot of the times I have to make adjustments afterwards, which makes sense, um, which is okay. Do your sound check, go talk to the guys again and say, hey, can you, I just want to make some minor tweaks to my mix. Most of the time they're like, cool, do what you need to do. So the whole time we're doing sound check, I'm taking mental notes of what I want to adjust. The other thing I showed in that video was the modules that come with the 64 audio. So 64 audio, again, I have no affiliation with 64 audio other than I like their stuff. They have the Apex module, so you can adjust how much sound attenuation you want in your in-ears. So I typically run with the -20s, which come with all of them. That's going to be the silver color. I also have the black ones, which are -10. So when you're running in-ears, sometimes you'll have room mics. And the reason I bring up room mics is if I don't have room mics, I like to switch out my modules to the -10. That way I can hear more of the ambient sound. If I have room mics, I like to use the -20s. And a lot of the times the gigs, I'll bring just a simple room mic, which looks like this. So I have it right here. Just a little on-stage stand, and it's just a cheap pencil condenser. This one is SE7, I believe. Yep, SE7. Very affordable little pencil mic. And another thing to remember is you want to make sure that the bass roll off is engaged on any of that. And if you are able to plug that in at the gig, just ask the sound guy to high pass it pretty high, like 300-400 hertz. That actually works out really well because I can hear the room and I can hear clear bass because it gets really muddy when you use a room mic and there's a lot of low end in that. If you have any questions about all this, please comment below. I'll be happy to answer all those questions. I probably didn't explain it that great, but please interact down below and I'll be in there. And remember to stay on the path. Always get some, and I'm James Bush.